Damn, well, that took a second. But hey, guys, welcome to Hot Takes. We're very excited to be here tonight with all of y'all and to have a terrific show tonight with our very special guest, San Gabriel. So, if you're not familiar, San Gabriel is a part Austin, part Ashland based psychedelic kind of dream pop infused synth pop act. With a crazy background that I'm very excited to dig into tonight. But we've got a lot of really nifty exposing that we'll be doing tonight with our very special guest. And we're happy to see not just old heads, but new faces in chat tonight as well. What's up, y'all? Got our mods here. Very excited. Y'all invite your friends. Post about hot takes on social media if you are also excited about the evening that we're going to be having together. Get some homies to come through. But, since y'all are all here, a couple ground rules and just things that I'll need y'all to help me out with tonight. If you're new to Hot Takes, just know we don't do any sort of racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, or xenophobia on the show. But we do love arguing, debating, geeking out, and strong opinions, a la Hot Takes. So please fill that chat up. Be ready to discuss things that you feel strongly about with your peers. And keep me informed because this is a very DIY show. Just let me know in the chat if the music's coming in too hot, if my mic's not loud enough, if the guest really needs a boost in volume, etc. Keep me honest and keep Hot Takes looking and sounding good. But yeah, use that chat to your advantage. Be sure to punch up. If you're gonna punch, don't do no punching down. Be nice to your fam. But punching up is in fact encouraged. So, you'll also see below plenty of commands that you can type in with that exclamation point. If you hadn't noticed, we have i2k.live shirt pre-orders available. So hit that exclamation point shirt if you want to go ahead and pre-order some shirts for the upcoming i2k.live event that we're very excited about. But anyways, I think that's good. I think you guys kind of know what we're in here for today, so I'll start with some recommendations. 3 picks, and we've been like 3-4 weeks since we've been live, so I've really had a lot to mull over. And so I've got some really good picks for you guys that I'm very excited to be able to present. One of them is kind of low-hanging fruit, and I'm actually admittedly super late to the table with Oneotrix Point Never's new album. If everyone else has heard it but me, great. It's called Tranquilizer. It is a bit of a departure from kind of the sounds of Age of and Magic Oneotrix Point Never, in that it is a great kind of combination of the old, like really hazy, kind of spacey, more drone and ambient influenced old Oneotrix Point Never with some of the kind of like strange quasi radio friendly song structure that just kind of is like teased at with the last 3 or 4 albums. Some people that I'm friends with had joked about it being kind of like they were like, oh, it's called Tranquilizer for a reason because it's sleep inducing. But honestly, it is probably my favorite Oneotrix Point Never album that has come out in years. Definitely in the last, since Garden of Delete, it's definitely my favorite. If you're not already familiar with Oneotrix Point Never, boy, are you in for a good time. I don't think there's a single person in chat that's not, but it's just terrific experimental electronic ambience, and I highly recommend Tranquilizer by Oneotrix Point Never. And now moving on to something that's a little bit less predictable. I downloaded a Deep House mini album the other night by this guy called Other Joe. And I see you in chat, Roche Corp. I think you'd actually really like this album. It's called Flawless by this guy called Other Joe. It's a little bit like kind of experimental, as usual. I love that shit. I love ambient IDM and just weird techno music. But Other Joe's Flawless really kind of leans into that really, really echo-laden, like reverberating soundscape and just kind of like effect usage in that's prevalent in deep house. So it's short, it's sweet, it's weird, but it's very like deep house influenced, and anyone that's a fan of that sort of thing, down tempo should definitely check out Flawless by Other Joe. I'll round out our recommendations tonight with kind of a wild card. Falling also kind of under the umbrella of experimental electronic music. I discovered an artist on SoundCloud because it seems like all the real weird shit is on SoundCloud these days, believe it or not. And the name of the artist is at Pat_16120. So I don't even know what we're doing with names these days, but at, like the at sign for an email, Pat_16120 makes a variant of like hard trance music, but also combined with that really weird kind of nebulous ambient electronic music that I've been really into lately. And he tends to, I say he, I have no idea the gender or orientation of this artist, but they tend to kind of like mash up really trance influenced electronic music with like pop's vocal samples. And this album is actually not on Bandcamp. I don't think you could buy it anywhere. I had to find it on SoundCloud in a set, and it's called Eternal Love. Let me find it. Hang on. It's called Eternal Love / Guided by Light EP by at Pat_16120. Check it out, man. If you like trance or weird electronic music, all of these albums come highly recommended by young SHIRO. And that's enough of my monologue. We're here to find out what Luxury Noise, who I didn't even introduce. Let me remember my manners. You guys know.
You
guys know Luxury Noise. It's been a weird day. He's here to tell you guys about some strong opinions and thoughts he's had lately.
Yeah. And today's hot take is it's one of those compliment sandwiches. Because it's sort of brought about, we just did the new Vapor VA compilation. I was asked to do that by Roge and Vincent, and there's a great mix over on ARPWire. Hi, Limerence, I see you in the chat. But there's a great mix over on ARPWire. That it's not a mix, it's the compilation, but the compilation plays like a great mix, and I think that's, and it's funny because in the ARPWire comment section, people are like, this is a great mix, and so people are reacting to the compilation with a mix, and that's because the whole thing was put together with intention. And I know because Roge reached out and asked me if I would do it, and I had some inkling of who all else was being asked to do it, and I think everybody, once we all knew who all was doing it too, we sort of leaned towards whatever to put out a mix that would all go well together. And when it all came together, it ended up being like pretty much no skip, all bangers. If I'm partial to it, obviously. And I'm not gonna do asshole shit. My track sucked. My track was great. Fuck that. But like it's all bangers, and it came out good. And we have a lot of really great, as I say everything I'm about to say, the first thing I'm going to open with is that I love open submission. Open submission is fucking awesome. Open submission means that if I don't have anything going on and I want to be a part of something with all my friends, I can jump in. So it's always awesome when open sub is on the table. Open sub URL shows, open sub compilations, all that stuff. But curating makes a difference. It makes something. I've listened to the I2K fucking Vapor VA. Great promotion when I can't separate brands. The Vapor VA compilation. I've listened to the Vapor VA compilation a few times over the past few days because I've been generally enjoying it, and that makes a difference. I don't like a compilation that I go and I skip through a bunch of shit, listen to my friends' tracks to make sure that I'm doing that, and then if I have 2 hours, 3 hours, sometimes that can be harder to parse, like if it's not put together with any intention, or if it is just everybody jumps in the pool. And the question that I found myself asking is like, why aren't there more? And I feel like nobody wants to just reach out and risk rejection. I feel like people are like, hey, and I'm not putting that on anybody in particular. That's why I'm saying the words I feel. I feel like people are like, hey, I want to do something. I want to do a URL show. I don't know who I can get. I'll just open sub it because I don't want to be told no. I don't want somebody I like to tell me they won't do my show. I don't want that to happen. But like those risks are important. I think that's how we can build shit. We can build a show where people can tune in and they can be like, hey, I know what this fucking vibe is going to be. 13, artists and all that stuff. We can build that compilation. We can build that kind of stuff. And while it does run that risk of if there's less open sub stuff, where will new artists go? And there are those questions to answer. But when we get into a glut where there's like so many open sub things that people don't have time to listen to them, you start, asking in a saturated scene, could we make more memorable compilations if people were willing to risk rejection? And I think that would be true. I've seen even like where artists are like, they're online and they're like, does anybody want to put out my records and stuff like that? Fuck that. Go to the label and be like, you're the label. I want to release this record because I see how you do this. And I think it would be right. And it doesn't mean like everybody go to 100% electronica and demand that they get their record released there. I think that would be a terrible strategy for anything. But like, I do think that there's labels you could go look at. And if the label you really want says fucking no, then go to the next one. Like appreciate the labels as much as you want them to appreciate you. I just think everybody could benefit from going through the trouble of choosing each other and risking rejection a little bit more. And I think if you don't brace yourself to handle rejection, you probably won't take risks. And then you're just choking your own art to death. Anyway, that's it. That's the take. Fucking embrace rejection. Go get rejected so that eventually somebody says yes. That means something.
Damn.
Is that hot?
That was hardcore, man. Work a day in sales. Rejection won't scare you anymore. You got this. Man, I think it's high time we stop talking and see what San Gabriel thinks about what you had just had to say. So, just again, to introduce our illustrious guest, he was Paul's pick. He has a lot of friends in the scene. He's Vaporwave adjacent. He goes between Austin and Ashland in Oregon. He has some very interesting background information that I only just started touching on that I'm excited to dig into. But he makes like kind of bedroom pop, like beats that are, kind of inspired by a lot of like, kind of dreamier, nostalgia-laden genres of music like dream pop, synth pop, the feel-good stuff. So, San Gabriel, would you please go ahead and unmute yourself, my guy? Welcome to Hot Takes.
Hey, thank y'all for having me. Can you hear me?
Can hear you. I might boost you a little bit. If you could boost yourself. On my end too. Yeah, why don't you boost yourself a little bit? And
how are we now?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. If let us know, chat, if I need to turn anything up or down. But hey, man, what do you think about what Paul said about risking rejection and finding the label that you want, and if you're curating, being careful about like your curation?
I can't speak on it as far as like a compilation goes, but I think it's kind of crucial to go for things. And if there's anything I've learned in being a musician, it's how to handle rejection again and again and again. And it happens, and you have to learn to not take it personally. If I had stopped the first time I was rejected, I would have stopped 15, 20 years ago. It's just, I even feel like when you're performing, you're risking rejection all the time. It's just a part of it. And it's also a part of learning. You have to fail to do stuff. And I don't know, like maybe rejection and failure aren't necessarily the same, but I think it's a crucial part for growth as an artist or as someone who's learning something.
That's fact.
Rejection, that is interesting.
Rejection as performance. Yeah. That's deep.
Well, I think we probably all had this when we were learning to make music. I'd venture to say your latest thing that you've made is probably infinitely better than the first one you made. And if you had stopped the first time someone was like, "Nah, that's not cool," you'd given up. Right?
Oh, I had a friend. I had a friend who used to like be merciless if my bass wasn't up in the mix, and they're still in the studio with me every day, like making me check the bass in the mix. Like 100%. In my mind.
100%. I'll say it's a crucial part.
You need friends like that.
Rejection is a crucial part of growth. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
I mean, those are the friends that'll let you know if you have, asparagus in your teeth or toilet paper hanging out of the back.
Flies
of your
down
pants.
or something.
Yeah, man.
Totally.
Like that's tough love right there, man. I love that.
So if you shit on your face.
If you don't mind me kind of like asking you to like, rewind the clock and kind of dig deep into the very, very early formative seminal era, years of your youth. What would you say was like a formative memory of something musical from your childhood that made you like feel like this music thing is here to stay? This is important. This is going to be my thing. You remember what experience?
100%. It was immediate for me. My first memories. My dad used to play like Devo, and we listened to like
nice.
One of my first memories was like crawling on the floor as like a toddler. I have a crazy childhood memory, like crazy good. And we would listen. He would put on Cyndi Lauper, which
nice.
I still love to this day. And just always listening to that stuff. We were big Michael Jackson fans. My first concert was Michael Jackson in Germany. Man. Yeah, in 92,
Germany?
I was a little kid. It was insane.
Insane.
And he had this guitarist named Jennifer Batten, who I met like 2 years ago at NAMM. I don't know if synth people do that, but I was there.
Probably isn't familiar. You might need to explain that to him.
I don't even know. In North America, whatever. It's some music conference with a bunch of guitars and synths. It's cool.
Oh, I have to go every goddamn year.
That's
and
the joke. He works
yeah.
them.
I don't know if we met up there, but I met Jennifer Batten, who is Michael's guitarist at the time, and I was just like,
wow.
oh my god, like I saw you in Frankfurt, Germany, and she was super nice. I didn't get a picture because I didn't even think to do it. I probably poured my heart out to her, but I was like, you're the reason I play guitar. Like,
I remember that though. You were just like there in the moment,
It was she was really flattered, and she, you can tell a lot of people talk to her, but like I was like, I saw you. I mean, it would have been almost 30 years ago. I don't even know. Like,
that's amazing.
She was really gracious and really sweet with her time, but that was I think I knew before that, and then that was like the catalyzing moment where it was like, oh, hey, mom and dad, I want to take guitar lessons, and started guitar at 5, 6. So
wow,
that would have been 92 maybe.
That's beautiful.
This was a long time ago, and been in love with it ever since. I play guitar every day.
So coming in, I have to ask this. Coming in wanting to play guitar and having like your primary whatever idol being on a Michael Jackson tour, what kind of shit were you learning at first? What were your first covers?
Oh, I got tricked. They got me into playing classical guitar. So I just played classical guitar till I was like 16. I was thinking like, oh, I'm learning classical, and eventually I'll start learning rock. And then I started teaching myself. Like I would come home from school when I was like 9-ish, 10, and tape the radio. And then I would learn like Nirvana songs and Hole songs and stuff. I just like learned a power chord and was like, oh, cool. And then one day I heard Modest Mouse on the radio. They played Cowboy Band. They're one of my favorite bands, and they did like a live in studio with this guy Marco Collins, who is like a guy I'm friends with now, which is so sick. But that was a big part in shaping the music I got into, and so I started learning, just teaching myself by ear, just rewinding and figuring it out.
You taught yourself by ear as a kid listening to Modest Mouse. That's awesome.
Well, it was
or like as a
mostly,
teenager.
I mean, I was 9. I was a child. I was a little kid.
That's great.
I built like a fort under, like, my mom had a sewing table, and I had my radio there, and I would just sit under there with my guitar and just like chunk out bar chords and just try to learn whatever. And yeah, it was Modest Mouse. And then I started skateboarding and got into like punk rock. So I was learning punk rock stuff. I remember my friend's dad showed us how to play Wonderwall. That was a big one.
All right.
For me when I was 11. That was the first open chord I learned.
Wonderwall.
Everybody's got to learn Wonderwall. But yeah, that's mostly grunge stuff that was on the radio, and that's kind of how we got to see music at the time. That changed later with the internet, and then it was all Built to Spill, and whatever classic rock I could learn. Heart, Extreme, Boston.
That's
nice.
That's interesting. I remember when I was a DJ at WUOG. Like we were just starting to get Built to Spill shoved down our throats as like demand rotation.
Yeah.
Right as I was like, fuck this. It's like there was like a day where I walked in and the rotation was like head to toe at like Built to Spill and Add Into X, and just like it was just a complete shit show, and I was like, nah, we're not playing any of that. And that's how I began my exit of the radio, by playing whatever I wanted.
Hell yeah.
Damn. So you mentioned during the pre-roll when we were kind of like hanging out, getting to know each other, that you have training in banjo and bluegrass.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about that, because that's crazy.
Well, so I went to school. I was like, I remember being like 18 and being like, well, I'm talking to like a counselor on the phone for colleges. And they're like, what do you want to do? And I was like, music? Like, I don't know. I didn't have any, I've never really wanted to do anything else. So I was like, I'm going for classical guitar or whatever. So I was doing that. And I was like, oh, this isn't like super cool. I didn't love it. And I remember I came home from college one day and I was going through my parents' record collection and they had, this is crazy. I think I was 18. This is the first day I heard Dark Side of the Moon for the first time. I just put that on and like Breathe when he comes in that pedal steel. And I was like mind blown. And then the same day I heard The World of Flat and Scruggs, which is like a bluegrass record. Flat and Scruggs is early bluegrass band. The guy is arguably the guy that created bluegrass banjo.
Too cool.
Earl Scruggs. And I was like, whoa, what's that? Like my little adolescent mind was like, and I just got obsessed with banjo. And I mean, I played almost only banjo for like 15 years. And I played in a punk rock bluegrass band. We toured.
What?
We went to 49 states. We toured 49 states, a couple different countries. We were in a movie. It was such an adventure. Yeah, it was really crazy. But that's all I did. That's all I did for, I mean, like I wake up in the morning and like put a metronome on and just play banjo for like 4 or 5 hours.
I mean, it helps that like you were a Modest Mouse fan. There's tons of banjo on Modest Mouse.
And that was part of the intro too, is I had heard it on like that Good News album. Sufjan Stevens had gotten popular around that
Sufjan.
time too.
Damn, Sufjan's terrific.
And it was all just like kind of like, I guess there was like a early aughts folk boom that I was like, oh, what's this instrument? Like it's different. And it was like close enough to playing classical guitar.
That like Americana boom and the like new weird America, like Joanna Newsom Animal Collective shit was great. It ripped, man.
I loved Joanna Newsom.
Yeah, it ripped.
Yeah, so I got way out of control with the banjo and had a whole kind of career of it, which was
that's insanity.
fun. It was really, really, really fun actually. But yeah, and then somehow from banjo into synthesizers.
Logical.
Here we are.
Right.
So I have to ask about, so it's in your bio, and if it's in your bio, I get to ask about it. You were on a stage. Now, first off, you were on the stage with, our man DJ Khaled, but also you were on there with Anna Kendrick, and I love her. She's delightful. Was she delightful? Is she delightful? Did you meet her? Is she delightful?
She's really sweet. She's really tiny.
Yeah.
She's very, very small. Yeah, we were in a movie called Pitch Perfect 3, which was like I don't know, like a teenage a cappella movie, like franchise.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah,
Morgan watches all that shit. She's seen it. She's probably seen you in the movie.
If you watch, we're in the riff off and probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 other scenes, and like
so you're in the Screen Actors Guild is what you're telling me.
I'm a SAG member now, which is crazy.
He's in SAG.
Yeah, our guitarist made like a Craigslist ad, like a joke Craigslist ad of like it was like him making a fake lawn service, but he was like a gigolo or something. And I guess the director of this movie somehow saw it and like for whatever reason looked up, and we were just this weird punk rock bluegrass band. And she was like, would you guys want to make music just for this movie? And we're like, of course, like we're poor. Yes, we want to do that. And they gave us like a bunch of money to make a song, which was like, we were like, okay. They hit us up on a Wednesday. We had a mix done by Thursday of like some top 40s cover at the time. And they were like, cool, do you guys want to be in the movie? And we were like, yeah. And so they like flew us out to this sound stage in Atlanta. It was Tyler Perry Studios. Who, by the way, that dude had a golden, I don't know if he still has that like compound, but he had a golden toilet. Like a legit like golden toilet.
Is that the one where he hollowed out the mall to build the studio, or is it a different studio?
I don't know. This was like a big room soundstage. It was only for like 2 days. And they had us like, they played our song and then we like fake performed and like did all these weird whatever you do when you're on like acting. And they liked it, and so they started flying us out like every couple weeks. Probably took about 6 months to do our parts. But they had us in the scenes with like all those people like Ruby Rose, Anna Kendrick. Oh gosh, what's her name? I can't really remember. But anyway, all the people in the movie were like doing our scenes with them. It was really an insane experience. And Khaled, DJ Khaled was part of that. They had DJ Khaled is so famous, they only could afford the guy for a day. So they had
Unreal.
a DJ Khaled impersonator for all the rest of the shooting. And then one day he came in and we got to listen to him like he was labbed up the whole time, but I'm not sure that he knew that. So he was saying like a bunch of weird shit. But it was
That's weird shit. Oh, it's funny.
It was great. There's a, you know, it's like, I'm not an actor and it's not like something I ever set out to do, but it's like buy the ticket, take the ride. If someone
Yep.
wants to fly you first
Well
class to whatever to do a thing, it's like, yeah, I'll show up
Yeah.
and do the best job that
You don't
want to
have that woulda, coulda, shoulda moment.
This
Definitely
is all
not.
exactly what the DJ Khaled impersonator said about the job too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, he looked
Yeah,
exactly
hey, I'm
like him,
poor.
too,
I'll do it.
which
Yeah,
is,
I'll
I mean,
fucking take that word.
honestly, and I have a bunch of friends like that are from that experience who are now like they were extras and now they're actors or now they've become like gotten more into the
Telling you,
music scene
man,
because of
they
that.
got into SAG.
And it's like, I don't know, it's just a really crazy experience that I could have never, like, if I wanted to do it, I could have never made that happen. It just kind of happened.
It's the banjo player to DJ Khaled pipeline.
Yeah, I might be the
So-
only person to ever do it, but I'm proud.
What can you tell us about your name, San Gabriel?
Dan Gabriel. Gosh, so I'm from Georgetown. Well,
That's
I
right.
went
We
to high
talked
school
about
in
that.
Georgetown, Texas. Yeah, and I needed a name, and the San Gabriel River is right in the
That's
backyard
true.
where I grew up.
Yeah. So
So
for
it
those that
was
don't know,
that.
that's just north of Austin, Texas, which is my
Oh, yeah,
stomping
30 miles.
grounds.
Oh man. Yeah, I needed a name, and names are hard to come up with. It sounded better than James Booker. I thought briefly about being Teenage Mutant, which I thought would have been cool, but
Yep.
I might need to be more punk rock.
Great
with a
chill
name like
wave
that.
name.
I think so too. Missed opportunities, but I came away with San Gabriel, which I think is solid.
I think it's solid as hell.
So, why on Apple Music do they have you confused with Butchie Fuego?
Oh, do they still have that?
Yeah,
Butchie
that
Fuego?
fucked me up. That fucked me up for a second. I was like, wait, what? No, wait, what?
I
Wait.
think I thought they had gotten rid of that. On my label, the distro side is Sub Pop, and last I heard they'd taken care of that. I'm sure it's. Did the dude put out new music? There was another San Gabriel that started adding shit to my Apple Music as well.
Oh no.
And it was like
Horror.
some weird. There's always something. There's always something. My old band, Whiskey Shivers, was the name, and it would be like this band featuring Whiskey Shivers, and it would be some like
Was that
random
the folk
dude in
punk
a garage
band?
in Des Moines. What's that?
Was that the
That
folk
was the
punk band?
That was the bluegrass punk band.
Oh,
that
the
I was in, yeah.
bluegrass punk. Yeah, that's a
yeah.
perfect fucking name for a bluegrass punk band.
It's a great name. Yeah, I don't know why Butchie Fuego is coming up, but that's
Butchie Fuego.
someone's gonna
Yeah,
get
they're
it.
like,
I feel like I
Gabriel.
submitted some music for something and they were like, "Is this also you?" And I was like, "No, that's not me."
So,
So
tell
yeah,
me a
I
little
don't
bit.
have an answer for that. I'm sorry.
It's okay because I interrupted. My bad. Tell me a little bit about your songwriting process. Like, do you just kind of play around, or do the ideas come to you in the dream, or like do you start with a specific instrument? You know what I mean? Like what's your process?
I can tell you, I write almost every day. I would say I'm always writing something. Like, I used to write a song a year. And
Nice.
my buddy Philip, I was saying like, "Oh, I can't write songs," and he's like, "Dude, you got to show up to work." Like, I'm a firm believer in, at least for myself, that if I want, like the saying, like if you want lightning to strike, you better be holding a lightning rod. Like, I write every single day, and the bulk of it is not very good. And if I'm lucky, every 20th, 50th, 100th song is decent, and that's just how it works for me. So sometimes, one song that I really remember writing was this song "Tape Machine" that I have. I was just playing dum bum bum bum, just playing the bass line, and in the first words were like, "We stand eye to eye," and like I like the rhythm of it, and so like that informed the melody. And then from there, I will usually, actually, what I was doing for a long time was, if I had a good idea, I would set an alarm for 30 minutes and be like, the song has to be done. Like, I'd be looking at the clock with like 7 minutes, be like, "James, you need a chorus. Like, let's."
Yep.
And then it's done, and I can be like, "All right, well, this stuff needs to be changed or whatever." Some songs just come out. I've had a couple songs come out like literally I just sat down and started playing something, sang a verse, sang a chorus, sang a second verse, sang a chorus, made up a bridge, and it was just done. Um, it's kind of a crapshoot, but the only thing I have as far as like a process is just always writing.
I was gonna say there's no hard and fast rule, is there? But coming to work every day, I mean,
for me, it's showing up to work and like I bought this Juno a couple months ago.
nice.
And like that's been really inspiring to like play, and some stuff has come from that, just sitting in front of it and being like, wow, stereo chorus, like, oh, and then I could kind of get lost. But for me, I have to do it every day, or it kind of stops happening in a good way.
People are really resonating with your timer idea. And I was gonna just let you know, like, really fast. We had a guy on maybe a month ago who writes music for video games and TV shows, and
Cool.
he scored The Dark Side of the Ring, that TV show about wrestling, and he told us the same thing. Like, he would, I don't remember exactly how long his timer was, but he would do the same thing. He would set a timer and he'd be like, you have to be done by this time, you know, and you have to use what you made or just move on, you know. So I like that.
I think the big takeaway for me was like I would always say like a first line, I'd be like, that's not good. That's not good enough. And then I would be like, I had to learn to not judge myself.
Yep.
Like in the moment to just be like, this is what it is. You said this is the chorus, bro. This is the chorus. And that can stay the chorus until 6 months down the line or whatever it is. You can't edit nothing.
That's really, man, someone clip that. You can't edit nothing. It's great.
I mean, it's real.
Hell yeah.
Blanking on a question, but I'm thinking a thought in response to your thing, and I've been talking about it, and Isaac may have had to already hear about it elsewhere today, but the idea, like, when you sit down to record, you can't be like justifying everything that you've done with your life every time you sit down to record a song. Sometimes you just need to have an idea, you know, like and moving fast can help you have ideas, I feel like. Anyway, my actual question is, where does your arrangement start?
On the recording side?
Yeah.
Usually drums.
Okay.
I'll either program or play something in. Usually drums, bass. Depending on if I have like a solid guitar idea, I'll start with guitar or keys. More recently, I've been playing more keys, but almost always with drums.
And how are you programming those drums?
I'm in Ableton.
So you're doing like drum racks and shit, or?
I don't, no, I'm a banjo player that got out of control. Like, I don't really know anything about it. I just use the 707. I just like the sound of that. For some reason, like, I really don't know what I'm doing. I try to use like an 808. My 808s are like bing, bing, the kick is. And so I stick with 707. I have a drum root back here somewhere. And I've started using this OP1 for stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I would say the bulk of it is just 707, and then I'll put whatever weird parallel processing on it to give it sub-octave information if I want.
Okay.
I still haven't figured out how to build my own drum rack. We'll get there, maybe.
Who cares?
Yeah.
If your drums sound good, who fucking cares?
Yeah, I probably have such a different approach than anyone. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I know what works for me, or at least I know what I know how to do, and I feel like I can get them to sound. I don't know. They sound like real drums to me, but I don't think I have that kind of ear to discern between.
When I started doing Ableton, I was convinced everybody had like a right way. You know, like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm doing it the right way. Like somebody was out there doing that, but it was like everyone's chaos, and like then like the best beat that you would hear would be like somebody just dragging kicks onto a timeline, and there was no fucking triggering or anything. You know, that slap, that was good. Okay, I should do that or not. You know, I don't know. I don't think there's a right way.
I think the ends justify the means. With any like audio people, some of my closest friends are like real deal engineers, and I don't send them anything because they'll be like, you should dip around like 5K, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. I'm not gonna do that. And like meanwhile all my recordings are like just
I'm not gonna
slamming
do it.
master. I don't know what it means.
I'm not a
Like,
musician, so like this is a fun conversation, but like,
yeah, sorry about the technical talk.
it's all no, our audience members love it.
The audience loves it.
So like, if you don't mind me asking, do you play live as San Gabriel?
I do, yeah. I play.
How does that set
solo
up?
sometimes with the band. I use tracks,
sometimes
and
with
then
the
I'll
band,
have
okay.
a synth, and then I'll have a guitar, and sometimes with a bassist, and sometimes with a bassist and a drummer. But mostly
That's hard.
solo. It's so fun. Like, yeah, there's this guy in Austin named Eduardo Torres who's he's such a talented dude. I just got him. I tour with another band called Goth Babe, and I just got him in the fold, and we just did our first like show in Florida a couple weeks ago, and it was like
Fun.
it was like I've been missing playing with a live drummer. It's pretty cool.
How complex is that? Are you sending a click track, or how are y'all handling?
For my setup or for a Goth Babe?
Or for you to do San Gabriel with drums?
It sucks. That doesn't. I mean,
You said
I'm
it
the guy
sucks.
doing it. I'm the guy doing everything. So like when I have it by myself, it's like I record the track, I make a backing track, I can sing over it, I can pull down the parts I want to play. When I have a drummer, it's like, all right, well now I have to pull out the drum. I have to go into the session, pull out all the stuff he's gonna play, put a kick in, make sure it's the kind of, put a click in, make sure it's the kind of click that he likes. And like different drummers will have different indicators, which will tell them is this in double time? Am I coming in on 16th notes? So it's like, it's not, I won't say it's a nightmare, but it's a lot of work, and
Interesting.
it takes me away from being in here writing songs and recording. So it always kind of bums me out. But it's, it is really fun
But
to
it's
play
still
with
kind
a
of
drummer,
fun.
so it's worth it. It's still fun. It just is like the learning curve when I started was like really hard for me. But now I've got it a little bit better.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
What are some of your favorite places to play live?
Wow. Let me think. That I've ever played. I love playing the Doug Fir in Portland when it was still there. That was
Okay.
great. Shubas in Chicago is sick. I feel like I played somewhere recently in Portland that was. I played the Sunset in Seattle is awesome. Some of the best
Nice.
sound in that size venue that I've ever.
That was going to be my follow-up questions. Like, what is a good, like, why do you like these places? You know what I mean? Like, so the sound.
It can be the sound. It can be the vibe. It can be. Some cities have like audiences that are. Well, how do I say this? If you go to like New York, everyone is a little bit more concerned with what everyone else is doing. They're like slow to get into it. So you can have like what feels like a cold crowd, and then they'll be like, "That's the best show I've ever seen," and you're like, "Oh, you did not show it." But like playing in Oregon, people are like, Oregon and Seattle, I'd say the Pacific Northwest in general, people are really receptive and give back a lot of energy, which is really nice.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Chicago Shubas is a really cool venue, really cool mid-sized venue that I played a handful of times. That's it off the top of my head.
Nice.
But Doug Fir was great. They had amazing, just like you could tell someone really cared about that room and the treatment of it and stuff.
Love that.
Oh fuck.
Uh-oh, something happened.
I'm just
Lemmy's
reading the
mad
chat.
'cause the wings question has been stolen.
Oh.
Wings? Who has the wings? Coffin Club?
Limerence with the wings.
Oh
Questions.
wait, dude, I played a goth festival at Coffin Club, which was badass. I add that one to the great venues.
Yeah.
That was a great vibe. Everyone was super cool, dressed to the nines, like goth as fuck.
Nice.
Super nice, super enthusiastic crowd. Good call on that, Lemmy.
Hell yeah. So what are some
Yeah,
of your
it's cool,
like influences? Like you do your own thing, right? Like you make music for you that you think sounds good, sounds beautiful, fulfills you, but like what are some things that most definitely kind of like color your work?
I would say inadvertently. I mean, Built to Spill is my favorite band ever.
Nice.
I don't know how
I
many.
had a Built to Spill track come on shuffle last night. I'll have to see which one it was.
Golly, I love that band. as far as like that just informed so much of, I don't want to say my musical DNA, but like I've spent an inordinate amount of time. In college, I used to unplug one speaker and play along to keep it like a secret. Like it unplugged the left guitar, and I play all the left guitar parts. Then I plug it back in and unplug the right speaker and play all the right guitar parts. And like I learned all those records. So that's never coming out of me. And same with Modest Mouse. But I'm like an 80s baby, like Cyndi Lauper, Michael Jackson, Hall & Oates. Electric Light Orchestra. I really love Granddaddy. Jason Lytle's a guy.
Fun.
As far as like from an artistic standpoint, you know, I think he's one of those guys that, and he may be one of the only that hasn't, his art has gotten better over his whole career.
That
like
dude, honestly,
which
like
is so rare.
You would be a Granddaddy fan. Like that's just like electronic meets kind of like mopey Americana influenced indie rock. Like that's fucking
100%.
And I mean that like in a good way, not a denotative way.
Oh no, 100%. I feel the exact same way about his music. I'm trying to think.
Too bad it got ruined by being put in a 28 Days Later movie, huh, Paul?
Oh, I think that made him a good amount of money though, which is, you know, I maybe at the time people
resist.
called that selling out, but
I'm joking. Granddaddy owns.
They're going on tour too. I'm about to buy tickets to go see him in band.
Oh hell yeah!
Got to do it.
It's interesting because I don't know. I would have halfway expected like sort of like the Dream Poppity shoegaze a la Dive era bands to pop up in the influence roster because you're definitely like up there in the melodics.
You know, it's weird. For a long time when I was playing banjo, I didn't listen to any music like made before the 1950s for 10 years maybe.
Interesting.
Like I only listened to like old blues, old bluegrass, old time music. Like I would go through like the Library of Congress has like old field recordings and folk music, and that's all I listened to. So I don't know when that was popular, but I missed it. Like I would say from like 2008-ish to like 2015, 2016, I didn't listen to anything that was really new. I mean, I still
Did
have
you listen to stuff on Dust to Digital,
cool.
like that label?
100%, yeah.
Okay, I gotta ask: have you ever listened to the Art of Field Recording, the Art Rosenbaum set of old field recordings from Appalachia?
I don't know if I have. I mean,
okay,
I might have. I was definitely taking a lot of stuff from that and a lot of like Alan Lomax.
Yeah.
Really early stuff, Carter Family. Like Tex Ritter. There's a bunch of old Texan musicians, and I got into like 70s country, but for the most part, I'm not super familiar with Dive's music. I've heard it and it is awesome, but I can't say that like it's something that's like ingrained in my being in the same way that maybe Built to Spill or Modest Mouse. Or, I think I do have a deep love for what I think maybe a lot of people would consider corny pop music. Like I don't have a guilty pleasure with like I can listen to Britney Spears and be like, this is
nice.
Cool.
That's one of my favorite questions to ask people is if they have any guilty pleasures. You know, if you don't believe in guilty pleasure, that's great. Love it.
I think it's like I'm not ever gonna be cool, so like I don't think listening to Britney Spears or NSYNC is like, you know, I think there's good music.
I mean, there's a reason that they got so popular and made so much money. I mean,
yeah, they have some amazing songs and not in the same way that necessarily like I love a Jason Lytle or Granddaddy song or an Elliott Smith song. But it's like shout out Elliott Smith. I don't always need to hear a song and be moved to tears. Like sometimes you just want to dance.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like there's a lot of and that's kind
it
of
would fucking suck if every song moved you to tears. I'd probably quit music.
Yeah. It'd be a lot. Yeah,
sometimes
and it's a lot of
have
pressure
to have,
put on yourself.
You know, cheese whiz the song, you know, like it's okay. Like I'll DJ everything from like danceable 4 on the Floor future funk to like really fucking weird shit. Like, you know, and everything in between. Like there's a time and a place for all of those vibes, you know.
Totally.
Even though most people just want to dance.
Now I want to check out Dive more, and if you got any other recommendations, let me know.
Well, it's spelled D-I-I-V.
Yeah.
Ooh, a big one I forgot is Always. I love that band.
I'm not
Love,
familiar.
Okay.
love that band Always. They have great like they make great pop songs with like super weird guitar or like super angular, very Pixies like Joey Santiago guitar.
That sounds fun.
You would probably like them.
Checking that out.
I was a huge shoegaze head before I got like super into electronic music, so like I'm also like a respecter of like, you know, stuff like that, just kind of like jangle pop, you know, or
Totally.
you know, wall of sound shit, you know, all of the above. And the like radio friendliness of it is nice, you know.
Yeah.
What can you say about your hardware collection? Want to do a little hardware
gosh.
geek out sesh?
Totally.
Time.
You might have to twist the camera around a little bit, but
Let me see if I can just pull this over here.
there you go.
I'm gonna angle this
Well,
down.
don't
a
break
little
your
bit.
back, but there's the OP1.
This is the they got OP1. I bought this. Okay, do you guys know, Portland people? Do you know VHS Ghost?
That name sounds familiar.
This,
I bet
think
Lemmy
his name
does.
is- Yeah, I think his name is Brandon. He makes like the best lo-fi music out of anyone I've ever heard in my life. His music is like staggeringly beautiful.
Damn.
He sold me that.
Shit, maybe I should check
have-
him out.
Everyone should absolutely check that dude out. There's a Minilog XD up there. That was my very first synth. So when I started writing, I didn't have a synth, and I was like, well, I have this whammy pedal, and I can make my guitar sound kind of like a synth. It did not sound like a synth. So finally, I bought one. This thing. Let's see if I can put it down there without blowing this whole thing down. I was coming home from the YMCA one time, like a couple months ago. I found this on, like outside in the rain,
Wow.
and it works.
Unreal.
so
it's
that-
only missing one
that
key.
It's only missing one key, and you can push the button if you want. Usually,
Hard.
I'll just, I don't know, I just won't play in that octave. And then this Juno I bought off a dude in Seattle. I got it. It was $1,000, which is way too cheap. And had some trouble getting it running, but I finally got some new voice chips.
Everything's hard.
Let's see. I got this Yamaha mixer back here.
Ooh.
Move this mic. Which has like little Neve preamps, and then I got a couple amps over here.
Very nice.
I got an old.
What a clean
twin.
studio.
You're not seeing the other side.
I don't mean
Um,
clean like tidy. I mean just like that's clean. Like it
It's-
seems like an
I'm-
inspirational space. You got the candle, you got the plants in the window, you got the green on the wall. I don't
I'm
know
trying to
anybody
make
who's
it
ever done that
tidy.
besides you.
Actually, if you look to my right,
I'm
I
better.
stole his green on the
I'm
wall.
sorry.
I will say-
my jokes are
I
not
will
landing
say-
tonight.
he DM'd me and asked if it was okay if he could put the plant. Well, I was like, dude, fuck yeah. I did. My first record, like I made it all in the box. I was working at a liquor store at the time, and like it was not busy, and so I just was like, I have a laptop, like I'm gonna just make music here, and that's kind of the reason I programmed drums, because like there's no way I'm recording drums. And so the first record was made completely in the box, and then for the next record I was like, man, like I don't really like it'd be nice to have a bass sound that sounded a little bit different. And then it's like, whoa, I can plug my Juno into this thing and it sounds cool. And then like just recently I ran my guitars through and I'm like, that also sounds cool. So I'm starting to acquire stuff. I was talking to this guy on Facebook Marketplace today about driving to Bend to buy a Rhodes, and it turned out to
Wow.
be a scam. Yeah, well,
Uh-uh.
Oh, so that it went full scam.
Dude, it went
by
full.
the
It went
end.
full scam.
What tipped you off?
Oh, he asked for a deposit, and he was like, "I just want to make sure that you're worthy of this instrument." And I almost did
Okay,
it too,
bro.
and Lemmy talked me out of it.
Shout out Limerence.
Shout out Kyle.
That guy's something else.
Which is good because I really don't have the space for it, and it was pretty expensive. But I'm trying to like being hands-on with this Juno is like really. I'm not a piano player, but I told myself if I bought it, I would learn a little bit better. And so I've been like, it's also good because with Goth Babe, I play a lot of keys, and like, dude, when I played the first Goth Babe show, I was like F sharp major, like I was just like 50-50 shot if I was hitting the right chord, and now I feel a lot more comfortable, which is nice.
How long have you been doing that? them?
With I filled in for a couple shows in 2023 and started officially in 25 last year, and then we just started back up for this year. And
When you come off,
go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, ironically, I'm playing a lot of banjo with him, which is
Finally.
like, yeah, I know. I've got to be the only, like, I've niched myself into this side work. I've got to be the only banjo playing synth guy in the whole world. You know, I mean, I don't know any other ones, at least.
You could be the
How long
new
are those tour runs?
Death from Above, or the new
Death from Above with banjo. would be
Crystal
sick.
Castles.
I don't know about that.
Let's not. Yeah, we'll skip that.
How
The new.
Paul hates
The
Crystal
runs-
Castles.
I've heard some things.
It's not. It's not that.
It's not the music. Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
Ethan Calf. All right.
The runs are short. They're a lot of one-offs. We'll do a run. We're doing 2 months with Foster the People at the end of the year,
Nice.
which is gonna be
Wow.
sick. It's short. It's weird. Like all my old touring was like DIY punk rock, like playing squats, sleeping on floors a lot of the time, like, which I love. It still is the most fun. This stuff is like bus touring and flying and getting hotels, and it's nice. I'm 41. Like, I would still sleep on the floor, but it's nice to not have to.
You have me fooled.
That said,
Jesus.
with like the San Gabriel tours, like I'll sleep in my car. I did a tour with my buddy Caleb. We stopped at a rest stop, slept in the van, got up, drove the rest of the whatever it takes to make the show happen. But the Goth Babe stuff has been for the most, like, first half of the year it'll be short. Next half of the year it'll, tail end of the year it'll be longer stuff. And I think next year might be a big tour cycle, but I'm not entirely sure yet.
Does I know it was hard for. Does playing someone else's music interfere at all with switching back to being San Gabriel when you get home and need to go to work, or does your work acumen save your ass?
I really love that dude's music. Like, I was a Goth Babe fan long before I even started San Gabriel. So it's super fun to play, and it's enough of like a Venn diagram musically that like they both kind of inform each other. If that makes any sense. Like, I'll be doing a guitar tone with my stuff and be like, oh, that would work pretty good for this song, or like I use the mini log, and I'll be like just making a patch or something, and I'll be like, oh, this would actually work really good for that, or I can program this arpeggiator and I can use that, hit this with a long release, pad it out between songs, zero it out and play guitar. So like, no, it's not a difficult switch. We're doing a strings tour, like an acoustic Goth Babe tour.
Wow.
And that's gonna get a little bit in the way of like, I'm the music director for that, so I'm like choosing the songs and arrangements. So it's gonna be a lot of work. And I am learning to DJ for a Goth Babe DJ set in Vale. So that's a thing, but it takes away a little bit, but it's always transferable skills.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I love the music, so it never feels tiresome.
It's good. You got any crazy or cool, like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut off your thought. You
No,
can finish your
go
thought.
ahead.
I'm really bad at like reading when people, gosh, it's always been a struggle. I just wanted to know if you have any super crazy or cool like touring stories.
I got the craziest touring story. This was crazy to watch happen. I mean, I got a bunch. The craziest one is one time, Whiskey Shivers, we were playing in New York, and I think it was a club in Manhattan, and we were about to cross the street and get food, and this guy starts running across the street, and Horty, the guitar player, goes, "Stop!" And the guy stops, and as he stops, a box truck goes by at like 45 miles an hour. Like, this dude would have been, if it like, he would
Just like a smear.
died. And like the whole street stopped and looked at this guy, and we were just like, oh my god. And then the guy looked both ways and crossed the street. It was absolutely
Was that
bonkers.
before or after the gig?
It was before the gig, so we had just like sound checked, and this dude
y'all were shook up.
literally saved that guy's life. It would have been so gnarly, and like 0% chance he would have survived. Like, that truck was not
hate that.
looking. And oh man, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that
He was
said that.
ready with that story. I'll be right back.
Someone asked me that a while ago, and I was like racking my brain, and I was like, oh, it's definitely that. I think that's, I don't know, normal tour stories that maybe aren't worth getting into, but I'd say that's the most wholesome for general consumption. I can tell you some other ones in person maybe sometime, but
Yeah, we don't need to ruin anyone's careers or anything like that.
right.
So I know you and I have DM'd about this, and you have the publishing thing happening. What you did? You got placement on a television show recently? Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a show called Wayfinders, which is like it's like a coming of age like magic show almost, where these kids get like sucked into another dimension and they have to like fight dragons to save the world. It's really sick. Like right at the it's like I got the outro credit song, so it's like basically the whole song. But this kid is like, I say we save the fucking world, as he pulls out his sword, and then it goes into this song I have called Elegant Creature, which is super surreal, and like it's not lost on me. It's sick, and it's not lost on me that like I recorded that in a liquor store with exactly almost zero knowledge of knowing what I was doing, and somehow some music supervisor liked it, which is awesome.
And that's it. There were no requests for alteration. You just got picked and placed, and
there was a
smile
request.
and wave.
There was a request for alteration. So that show aired on a Mormon network called Angel Network, and they don't do curse words, which is different from Mormons. You can't say hell, and that song has the word hell in it. So I went through, and it's like all these super dense harmonies. I had to retrack them. Excuse me. Then I also had to retrack like a vocoder thing I'd done. So I changed it from Time is a Hell of a Teacher to Time is the Only Real Teacher. And they still use the version with hell in it. So I snuck that one by them.
That's hilarious.
Accidentally. So the kid didn't really say we're going to save the fucking world. He just was like, we're going to save the world.
I think he said, I think we should save the world or something like that. Yeah, maybe he didn't swear.
It'd be cool if he was like, the freaking world.
Save the heckin' world.
Right. Friggin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start shooting from the hip for a little bit here. We're halfway in. I gotta know, man. What is the worst album artwork you've ever seen?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not much of a visual dude. Oh, no, that's not true. That's not true. There was this Barry Manilow record that my parents had when I was a kid that used to give me nightmares.
I don't know which one is it.
What? I don't know. I'll pull it up on my phone. I remember looking at this dude and just being like, oh, I don't know why this, like, I used to look at it, just made me sick. That's mean to say.
He said it made me sick.
Dude, I don't know why as a little kid I was like afraid of this record.
Oh, that's
it looks
funny.
like Martin Short now. I don't know. Do you have album artwork that you hate, that you detest?
Yeah, there's this one album. I'm so sorry, but I've like talked about it on the show before. And it's a vaporwave album, and I'm just gonna have to see if I can find it. I think it's called Toilet Abstraction Tapes, and it's on Business Casual. And if you're listening, I'm so sorry, Sophia, AAHJKL semicolon 8901, but the cover artwork for Toilet Abstraction Tapes looks terrible. What was the idea?
Did Sophia make
that?
the art, or did Sophia do the?
I think it was this.
What's wrong with that guy?
Oh, that's a creepy shot of Barry.
I don't know.
Right
I don't know
there.
why. I remember being a kid and like seeing that record and like try to hide it from my parents.
He tried
and
to
getting
hide
in trouble
it.
for like stashing it in the freezer.
He's
or
got
something.
weird, sexy Hobbit calendar energy.
I don't know.
You know?
I don't know what that. And like
When
it's
did that
not
come out?
'cause
Was it the 60s or 70s? I imagine.
that
I'm
had to
a
be
little
like
uncultured. You'll have to
72 or
forgive me.
something.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's-
know. It was in my parents' record collection. I remember being like, oh, I don't. It makes me even now looking at it. I'm like, what is? Who
Someone
are
said
you?
Scary Manilow.
And I don't want to talk shit on Barry Manilow. I'm sure he's a nice person, but
He gave us Copacabana, right? So.
I don't know any of his music. For
Oh
that-
shit!
Maybe
Alright.
for that reason.
Yeah, I mean, there's some tracks. There's some good.
He
man-
probably
there's some
has good music, and
Manilow.
I'm probably missing out. So that'll be my resolution for the week. Is I'm gonna dive into some Barry Manilow and see if the album can't redeem him.
I don't know if
my
this is true or
Jesus.
not, but the real fans call the best tracks Jamalos, and it seems like that would be true. So I'm gonna
Put some
disclose
Jamalos.
and
Quiz just
I'm
said
gonna
it
cast
doesn't
that
even look like
forward.
him. It's barely Manilow.
Barely
Oh!
Manilow.
I'm about to start banning people, y'all.
That was great. Hey, thank you for that. I don't know how to see the
Jamalos
comments.
I'm
now.
in a
barely
group chat with
Manilow.
him, Luxury Noise, and Luxury Elite, and they all have the fucking worst puns. All day long, I get to hear the worst puns of all time. And they're great puns.
I'm like
And we're
that.
so satisfied with ourselves after we do it too.
I'm
It's
like that
great.
too,
Clearly
dude.
the odd man out.
Never give me your phone number because I will hit you with the dumbest shit imaginable at like 3 a.m. on a Tuesday. And you'll be
Barely
like, oh,
Manilow.
I should have done this. Barely Manilow is great, though.
Yep. I'm the odd one out, guys. Clearly I'm in the minority. I guess I'll go eat some crow. Well, I got tons more dumbass questions to ask you, but Paul, do you want to get some good ones in?
Yeah, I got.
Before we go to-
Oh, I had one. It was really Oh yeah, so this is about your record process for Nights and Weekends. Nights and Weekends is the full length from San Gabriel. It's really good. I like it. But a lot of those tracks were singles that go back like what, all the way to 2022.
Probably,
And then-
yeah.
Did you? So this is a 12-part the making of question. So one, some songs I noticed that came out along that path didn't make it. What was your
Criteria.
process for eliminating? And then two, did anybody get re-recorded as part of becoming part of the full length?
They definitely got remixed. Early on, I really didn't know what I was doing. Like, I had left my band. That was like my midlife crisis. I was like, fuck, like, oh, I'm a banjo player. Like, we're in a movie. Life is pretty good. But like, that band was chaotic with like drugs and different things. And so I quit, and I was like, fuck, now I work at a liquor store and I'm not doing music really. And so I just started writing and recording, like not really knowing what was going to happen. Just released a couple songs. And when I moved up here and kind of was like looking for a label, and I had talked to Kale, who's the head of SHIRO Music, who the record is out with. And I talked to a couple other people who were really insightful with it, and they were like, there's the model of like release singles every month forever. And Kale was like, well, what do you think artistically? Because like, and this guy, Kevin Sir, who is a KEXP DJ, talked to me a lot, and he was like, you really got to think about what you want to leave behind. Like, and I guess my conclusion was like, when I die, like I want a body of work. I want a record that's going to be like, this was this statement that I feel comfortable with. And maybe that sounds corny and like I'm an artist talking about whatever. But that's just kind of what I thought. And I thought of them as a collection of songs. And I, with Tape Machine is like, I recorded myself putting I recorded the song onto a tape, put it in my car, I had a tape player, recorded the click, and was like, that's the beginning of the record to me. And then Breathe was the natural end when I wrote it. And some of the things, the first time I put them out, I didn't mix. And I just wanted them to sound different. I wanted them to sound, I guess, more like me. I don't know, like, which is lo-fi, because I'm not like a mixing engineer. But the way that it sounds, that I mixed it, feels a lot more like me. So that was kind of the process of doing that. And the songs all felt like they went together thematically.
When you say it's lo-fi, like I have said on multiple occasions, one, like lo-fi is kind of hi-fi. Like you can't really fuck sound up that much without learning how to move sound around.
Right.
But also, like, your arrangements, they are shockingly crisp for as dense as they should be, and a lot of people would shit the bed on that mix. So I don't know. I think it's funny because you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, but that's tricksy talk.
Thank you. I mean, it took a lot. It took a lot of time, and like, kind of what I realized is some of the sound I like is like slamming the master. And like my brother listening, he's like, oh yeah, there's some distortion in the mid range, and I was like, what do you mean? What? Like, I don't know. I listened to it and I was like, oh, I don't really hear that. And I don't know what another person's listening experience is. But to me, the way that sounds is great, and I'm happy with it. And I wanted the record to be mixed by me. And so like that, there's a woman in town named Sylvia Massey, who's like a pretty legendary producer and engineer. She did like Johnny Cash's last record. She did some Red Hot Chili Pepper stuff. And she had me over to her place and I was like, why don't you put a mix up? And like I played it and she was like, this is a pretty good mix. And I was like, okay, I can do this. Like Sylvia said, it's a good mix. And I now have the confidence to go forth and mix my own music. I think, I don't know, like I've kind of let go of this things being good idea anymore. I've never listened to like the Buzzcocks and been like, oh, too bad about that mix. You know, like it sounds awesome. I've never listened to Exploding Hearts and been like, sounds like shit. Like it sounds fucking cool. So my theory is like if it's vibey and it's danceable and I have a good time listening to it, I've done a good job, I guess.
No, I
like
think
that.
you're doing.
Yeah, thank you. It's it's always changing. I don't know. I don't have like a set way of doing things. I just tweak it until I'm like, oh, sounds nice.
Sounds cool.
Sounds cool. That's
So-
all I want.
As a music fan, do you regularly seek out new music?
Constantly.
How do you
Yeah, all the
usually go
time.
about finding it? And like how often would you say that you sit down to find new music?
It used to be daily. Now I've been super busy, like very lucky to be really busy with the stuff I'm doing this year and last year, so it's less. But like if I have like a flight or something or a long road trip, all new music. There's this YouTuber named, Burp FM. How fucking timely that I burp.
How
when I say that.
ironic.
B-I-R-P.
Oh yeah, BARP.
FM.
I'm familiar with Burp.
That's the homie.
Burp's been going around. Burp's been going on since like the chill wave era.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they've
played
been going for a long time.
He's a Texan too.
No
This
shit.
dude went from Paris, Texas to Paris, France, back to Austin.
No fucking.
And
way,
I played
wow.
at South
That's
by
awesome.
Finger. He shares a bunch of great music.
That's great.
And that, like, David Dean Burkhardt is another great YouTube channel.
David Dean Burkhardt is a
Um,
great YouTube channel.
And I sometimes I just put that on when I'm doing the dishes or cleaning or
Nice.
I'm going for a run. And
Great picks,
but
man.
I have to like. I get a
So
little bored.
you like curators?
I guess so. I've never thought about it. What I don't like is going through Spotify and being like, all right, let's listen to who paid their way into this thing.
No shit, right?
And that sounds, I don't know. I don't want to sound disparaging because I've been the guy on that new whatever playlist. And so I know not everyone is like that because I sure as shit didn't pay for it. But Spotify is like an industry standard for that. I don't love. I mean, I still use it, but like, for whatever reason, it's just those YouTube channels, and I have like an ad blocker, so I don't listen to the ads on YouTube.
Hard.
Just, like, straight through.
We I don't know if you happen to catch our intro screen, but we finally successfully moved all of our like curated playlists off of Spotify. Because what we do is we'll get like previous guests to like curate an actual mix that they put together. You know what I mean? Not AI, not the algorithm. And we had them all on Spotify. And you know, I mean, look, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism, right? But so we finally moved off of Spotify to YouTube Music, and it seems like things are, you know, things work a little bit better, and it's just like feels good, you know, a little
like
less
that.
unethical. Yeah.
Well, the thing that I would see is like new indie artist song, and it's like Lana Del Rey, and I'm like, Lana Del Rey
Hilarious.
is not an independent artist. Like we need to. I don't know. I shouldn't
Yep,
have
I
that
hear
much.
you.
of it. That's my hot take. But
I think most
Yeah,
of us would be in agreement with that.
yeah, to answer your question, I do try to listen to a lot of new music.
Too cool.
Otherwise, I'd be playing bluegrass still or some weird bullshit.
Y'all heard it on Hot Takes.
Lana Del Rey's gonna come after me.
Limmy's in the chat saying you love geese.
I don't love geese, but their music is fine. I've heard it. It's okay. It doesn't move me as a person.
Me over here thinking you were
So it's
talking about the bird.
50-50. I figured out as I was saying geese, I was like, oh, he means the band, not the.
He does.
but-
I respect that. I got
Yeah.
no problem with. I got no beef with that new thing that just came out. I think their music
For what
is
it's worth,
probably good.
he sent me geese too, and it's not for me. I don't know. They're just.
What kind of music is it?
So I wasn't.
Good question.
Yeah, I don't really have a
It's like rock
description.
singer songwritery rock.
Okay.
Yeah, it was that, and I admitted even at the time I was like, I'm just not in the headspace for this to even crack my interest right now because I'm too wrapped up in my own bullshit. It could be one of those things where like it plays in a movie at the right moment when I'm depressed in Louisiana in 10 years and I get really fucking into
I'm
it
I'm
for, you know.
I always say I'm happy to be wrong. Like someone mentioned Joanna Newsom earlier. The first time I had heard Joanna Newsom, I was like, this is horrible. Like I was like,
Oh,
fuck
dude.
this song. And then 2 weeks later, I heard it and I was like, hey, what's this? And they're like, that's the
Yeah,
same
right.
artist you said was shitty. And I'm like, okay.
I just
So maybe I'll come.
was it
come
the
around on
first
Geese, I
album
don't
or
know.
was it Ice or something else?
Bro, it was like peach, plum, pear, whatever. She's
Oh,
like,
dude, I love
"Please
that
speak
song.
in this-"
Dude,
I
the
know,
first
I do too.
I was like,
But when
is
I
this
heard
woman
it-
like 67 or is it a child or like what is
That's
this?
exactly what
and
I
then I
just-
figured out
what
she's
old
from like
lady is this?
Malibu, bro. I thought she was from
Is
the
she really?
fucking Holler. She's from Malibu.
Dude, she sounds like she's from The
Isn't
Hobbit
that
or
crazy?
something. She's from
She sounds
Inspire.
like
Have you
The
seen?
first time
Oh no, go ahead.
the first time I ever heard the Black Angels, I was supposed to review them, and I fucking hated it. And
Really?
I think, yeah, this was like their first EP, and like the harshest thing I said was like, I didn't really like this when the Doors were doing it. Why am I gonna buy it today? And that was fucking unwarranted. It was a terrible thing to say. They showed up in town. They were actually offended by that review. Years later, they helped. I was in another band and we were broken down in Bakersfield, and of course the Black Angels pulled up and they were like, "You guys need any help?" So fucking embarrassing, just all around. And now I fucking love the Black Angels.
Dude,
like True Detective like turned me around. I was like, "Who the fuck is this? This is fucking awesome!" And then I was like, "Oh, it's the Black Angels. I'm an asshole. I get it. Give me all their records." And that
I haven't
at
seen True
least you
Detective.
can like change your mind. You know, there's so many people that'll just dig their heels in and
you
not
gotta be
enjoy
willing
something.
to change your mind.
Yeah, you got
100%. I will
Yeah.
say, not liking Geese is not a hill I'm willing to die on. I will say, when I hear it, it doesn't move me. But a big moment for me was I used to work at that, when I worked at that liquor store and was always playing music. Christian Bland, who's the guitarist, he's the lefty guitarist for that band. He came in while I was playing something and he was like, "Hey man, that's cool." Just like offhanded, and just went about his day. And I was like, "Christian Bland." And he was like, "Hey, I'm Christian." I was like, "Dude, I know who you are, man." Like,
Dude, I know.
You're fucking awesome, dude.
Nice. Way to play it cool. So, like, since we're talking about, you know, the difference between Lana Del Rey and, like, actual indie artists, what's an underrated act or two or three that you want to shout out right now? Put me on.
Shout out Limerence, who's making new music. I don't know if you guys.
Yep.
I get the like.
Limerence has been on
I
our
have the
show
subscription.
twice.
Hell yeah. He's been sending me new stuff that's awesome.
I've heard a thing or two, and it is good.
Who else do I like? Like locally, nationally, anyone?
Sure, yeah.
Anyone,
us on.
anywhere?
Yeah.
Man, I was talking about VHS Ghost. There's a Portland guy.
Yeah. Lux threw a link up in chat.
Listen to that. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how I found that dude's music, but he writes some beautifully haunting, like, super cassette, lo-fi, weird shit.
Yeah. That's some shit I probably really like.
Gotta shout out Abel. Abel's the homie. All the Pacific Northwave dudes. Who I was listening to someone. Do you know Early Mart?
With it's EARLI, right?
Yeah.
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 Name sounds familiar. I just
Them-
not heard it.
And then my buddy Mitch's band, Slow Corpse, is they're an Ashland band.
Corpse instead of
That I don't know if
slowcore.
you've heard. This dude is like, we're friends. This dude will just send me on a random Tuesday this like banger song that he wrote that day, and then 2 days later he'll send me another one. He has like a work ethic like crazy.
Hell yeah.
That okay. And there's this other band. They have this song called Dream Step, and they're called Two People. Really crazy, weird, like dark electronic music that I think you guys would like.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's sufficient.
I'll take it.
Anything? Yeah, cool.
Oh, am I up again?
Yep.
I don't have shit.
Otherwise,
to
I'm
talk
going to keep
about.
asking
All right, we're gonna
stupid
talk about-
questions.
Yeah.
So I'm always real bad about it. I never know if somebody's playing like a Jaguar or a Mustang or a Jagstang or a Musquar or a Fender hybrid fuck guitar. So like you play offsets a lot. Are there any other guitars you like? Are your guitars Jaguars, Jagstangs, whatever? And why do you choose the ones that you choose?
This guy is a Jazzmaster.
Nice.
Okay. See, there you go.
That is.
Yeah.
I played Strats and Tellys for a long time. I just got that, and it changed the way I play in a way that I really like. I have a Jaguar that is on the way. That Fender is sending me a Jaguar. It should be here in like 2 or 3 days, and then I guess I'll have a Jaguar then. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about playing those offsets that is like, it made me. I feel like when I was playing a Strat, I was playing things like a guy who played a Strat would play. And
So like is it the deeper neck that you respond to, or
I think maybe stylistically, and having listened to a lot of music growing up of like Strat players, and maybe being an Austin guy where everybody plays a Strat and everybody that plays a Strat is a blues guy. We call him Stevie Ray Vaughan.
okay?
Vaughnabees.
Everyone is like either doing Stevie or they're doing John Mayer, and I don't know. Maybe like a Jaguar or a Jazzmaster feels like a more of a blank canvas, so I don't feel like I have to do like Strat-like things or whatever. The whammy is really nice too. So for now, for this phase of my life, it's gonna be, I think, offsets for the foreseeable future. I'd like to have a good Telecaster around, but I don't, and that's okay. I don't need any more guitars, that's for sure.
I love tellies. You can always fit in another telly.
True.
But
That's what I'll tell my girlfriend
They're
when I buy one or something.
they're like F-150s, you know. It's just like an old '70s truck that you can work on yourself. I love a telly. for that reason.
100%. But there's no hiding. You can't, like, if you suck on a telly, it's like you suck. They got this like this twin reverb over here, and when I kind of started getting back into guitar, and I'd be playing on this twin, and I was like, oh, I sound bad. Oh, that's because I'm bad at guitar. Like, I need to practice.
I have this one butterscotch that I can kind of suck shit on, and it'll just be like, nah, you did fine.
It's forgiving.
It's a great guitar for tracking. Yeah,
That
it's
is-
like, oh no, what we're gonna blow out the harmonics on that one. Good move, Ace.
Hell
It's
yeah.
the best guitar.
I record like either my guitars are either like shockingly clean or just like unforgivably overdriven, and so it's like the clean stuff. I'm like, oh my god! Like some days I'm like, what am I doing? And then when it's overly distorted, it's like, oh, you just do whatever. This is cool. But yeah, I think I'm an offset guy for life now.
One Jag, and it's a Johnny Marr Jag, and it's
You have one?
yeah, it's great.
Oh.
It doesn't. I have to play it when I'm in a certain mood because it really is a lot to get my frail little fingers around. And I was like, wow. But when like, it's good, and I'm actually gonna set it up for deeper. I want to set it up for 12s, and see about just making it be a deeper voice guitar. 'Cause it's not about me, it's about you.
You have 11s on it?
Right now it's got 11s. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say don't say 10s. That's too light.
No.
Yeah, that Jaguar should get in. First thing I'm gonna do is put 11s on it. I play a lot of slide too, so I'll put 11s on it. Just jack the action up and just add reverb.
Do you set up all your own guitars?
Yes, but Goth Babe has a guitar tech. So
Nice.
that guy will set up my guitars. I don't. One thing I don't do is I don't like to change strings.
I bet that sucks.
Uh,
I don't play guitar, but I bet
they-
it sucks shit.
They sound bad. The new strings I can't. It's like I can't explain like a comparable feeling. It's like if you were to like chew styrofoam, like, you know that squeaky sound that would make in your teeth. That was the worst analogy. I'm sorry.
How
That's
long
hilarious.
does it take you to break them in? How long is it taking them to de-styrofoam them?
I don't know because I never changed them. I changed them before the tour and I regretted it. And then someone got me to buy some fancy strings. I took them off and changed them again. I usually change them like the tech will change them once a year. If they start going out of tune, I'll change them.
Wow.
But
You never break.
No, I play pretty soft. I do, to answer your question, yes, I do my own setups, but whenever we travel, that Jazzmaster doesn't really travel well because it's an unfinished neck. and like I got off the plane one time and the action was like this high. It's like the truss rod had loosened completely, and I was like, oh my god. And so John set it up for me, but I like to tinker with all the things that I have. This is fun.
As it comes through, I turned one question into like 6 questions.
You're fine. We're doing audience questions about 5 minutes, anyways. What would you say is arguably your most like well performing or popular track?
Probably Castles, a song called Castles, or maybe one called Play with Fire. I try not to look at the analytics.
Which one do you like better? It's a tough question.
Play with Fire was a lot more fun. Well, I shouldn't say a lot more fun to make, but I remember when I recorded this like, I don't want to play, and I recorded it through these speakers, and then put the speakers in the bathtub, and then put a mic up high.
Wow, that's cool.
To try to make it sound like a choir.
That's crazy.
So I did a lot of like goofy stuff recording that.
That's
so
fun,
for the
man.
sake of that, I'll say that's the favorite one. But
Play with Fire,
pretty fun. Yeah.
So tell me the story behind that track.
I can remember waking up at like 2 a.m. I'm really bad at sleeping, and I think this day I woke up at 2 a.m. and I think I had made that bass line, and I was just singing like, I don't want to play, like whispering in my then living room in this apartment, and I recorded it the next day, and I'd always double the vocals with like an octave up, and I had never used compression before, so I was like, oh, I'll put a compressor on this, whatever, and it brought everything up, and it made the chorus, I made the falsettos really loud, and I was like, oh, it sounds like a disco song, like cool, and so now it has like a disco-y falsetto vibe, which is fun and hilarious because I used to practice in a practice space next to a bunch of metal bands who were like super brutal, like genting next door, and I'm like, I don't play with them. This is like hilarious. But it was a lot of fun to record, and if you were to listen to the demo with the chorus an octave down, it sounds kind of like a Jack Johnson song, or like it could be a Jack Johnson song.
An apt analogy.
Speaking of shitty Spotify playlists, you know, I feel like you've accomplished a good bit in the past few years. Was there like a definitive moment where things moved forward for the project, or was it more of a how did you grow? How did you grow?
Felt like a little of both. I did get on David Dean Burkhart.
Nice.
Like six or 7 times. That was huge because
it's terrific.
That I don't know if he's like a dude or a person or what, but I had been listening to like coming out of Guy in a Van that was a banjo player. Like I felt like I had found all this new music, and a lot of that was because of listening to Burp FM and David's stuff, and like just like being shared on that was really big, and that helped a lot. And then with the radio station in Austin called KUTX, they made me Artist of the Month 1 month in I think 2020. Maybe I don't remember what year it was, but that helped a lot too. That and getting with Share It Music, which led to the Sub Pop publishing thing, which led to the TV show. I mean, it feels like it's been a gradual thing with every now and again something bumps it a little bit, but it's like I always just think of everything as a very long career. Like I've been touring for what year is it? Almost 20 years now.
Wow.
And playing music in some sort of professional capacity this entire time. So it all feels like, you know, we're in a movie, that was huge. And then I'm not an actor, so now I'm a guy at home, sometimes touring and playing music. So it feels gradual with the occasional, I guess, spike or something.
If you could collaborate with any artist, who would it be?
Probably Jason Lytle from Granddaddy.
That would be
Or
fun.
Doug March from Built to Spill would be cool. Pinback would be cool. I don't know.
Shout out Pinback, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were
I
great.
just got a Pinback shirt in the mail.
Were you ever a Minus the Bear fan?
No.
Not so much.
Should I be? Are they?
I
I
don't know.
really don't
I
know.
mean,
their
you
music.
mentioned Pinback. I feel like they're kind of like, I don't know.
I'll check them out. I should be.
It's like older, like, you know, older, like,
I'm just
you know, Midwest emo indie rock, you know.
No, I'll write it down. I'll listen to it. I mean, I need new music. I'm always trying to find new stuff. I did see Pinback when I was a teenager. That was a
Fun.
huge. You ever seen him live?
No. I had a bunch
Dude.
of buddies that were into Pinback, like growing up. Pinback was never like someone I got super into, but like I appreciated it.
I
I'm
had
always
some friends who were definitely obsessed.
See them live. That guy, the bassist, you would never know. You just listen to a song and it sounds like it's a bass and like 4 guitars. It's just that guy playing bass. Like he is insane. I just
Wow.
found his Instagram
That's
and it's him
amazing.
like tapping and playing and singing. And I think they're starting to tour again. Actually, I think they're going on tour with Modest Mouse.
I
So
love
this
this.
could-
I love this version
This,
of
this
reality.
could be your chance.
Sometimes.
Just go. I know. I feel like the geriatric millennial. We're getting our day. We're
Yeah.
getting the 2010s music is back in vogue, and now we get to see Modest
Yeah,
Mouse. And
somebody was.
Granddaddy.
I think I said this on the last Hot Takes. My neighbor was like, "Horse the band is playing in Cincinnati. Are you gonna go?" I was like, "No."
I mean, like
If it was
dude, American football is
2007,
back.
sure.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, what's cool is like a lot of these people have taken care of themselves and can still
Yeah. Shout out.
tour and still put out, which is
Like,
awesome.
Boards
Like,
of Canada is putting out a new album. This is terrific.
Love it.
You know. Yeah.
It's great, and the world needs good art, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
worse now than ever, and like it's good that all young people are making really good art, and it's good
Mm-hmm.
that like that last Granddaddy record was like the dude's got to be 50. His music is great.
Mm-hmm.
The world needs that perspective, also. Like
It does.
I don't know. It's cool.
I'm into it. We are going to
Hell yeah.
open the chat up to questions for San Gabriel. Y'all fill that chat up with questions for James. And Paul, do you want to get
If
a
I hit-
last? What?
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to
No,
say
you're
if
good.
Paul wants to get another question in real quick before they fire away.
Oh,
Last one of the night, no pressure.
you know, I could bounce that and be like, "What's your defining message about your project that you want to give to?" But like, yeah, like actually, how do you feel like from your vantage point? What's the health of touring and the industry from where you're standing right now? Like, do you feel like it's an opportunity time or?
That's a good question. It is. You know, I don't know what just happened with Ticketmaster, but it seems positive. From everything I've read, like it's easy to be like, we're fucked, everything's terrible, and we are fucked, and everything is terrible. However,
Of course, yeah.
it makes it a great time for DIY shows. It makes it, which is an incredible time to discover music. I think the positives are it's easier now than ever to make music and quality music. Instruments are cheaper than ever. Pedals, synths are cheaper than ever. The barrier for entry is, I would say, smaller than ever, which is
Yep.
awesome. As far as the music business, I don't know. I can't really. I shouldn't say I can't, but I don't concern myself with that because I never want to be like, why should I even do this? Like, because if I think that, then I'm
Right.
not gonna try to make good songs. And if I'm not trying to make good songs or good music, then I'm not generally a very happy person. I think it's an opportunity time. There's a DIY venue here in Ashland that my buddy Kyle runs. It's in a warehouse and he has a skate ramp and they put on shows there. And it's like, pay whatever you want. If you don't have money, dude, don't worry about it.
Awesome.
Come enjoy the show. Like it's all ages a lot of the time. And I don't think that this is gonna sound so corny. I don't think the spirit of rock and roll music is ever dying. I think it's young people are receptive to DIY stuff when it's presented. So I think overall for the kind of touring that I do at San Gabriel, it's pretty good. And maybe I'm just choosing to see the positive. I don't know.
The world needs
I mean,
more
if you'll
optimists.
you'll still get in the car and fucking do it, then maybe the positive is the good thing to see.
Well,
you know?
and for me, it's all the experience, you know, like I've had people be like, this song really helped me like get through a breakup. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, awesome. That is worth more than
Right.
anything. It doesn't to me, like touring doesn't have to be grandiose. I think I've probably done almost all like spectrums of touring, be like a bus, to be like in a van with 19 other people, and sleeping on floors. And like, I'll tell you, none of it is leaps and bounds cooler than the other. A bus is not cooler than being in a van with 5 friends. Playing an amphitheater is not cooler than playing your friend's basement to 60 people. Like, it's all awesome. And it's all the reward, I think, is the people that you meet. And as long as you're doing that, I think that the scene is that the industry, as it were, is in good hands, has a bright future.
Last week of a long tour, that bus alley smells like fucking farting feet.
Oh yeah,
it's a
farting
yeah.
feet.
Oh yeah,
it smells like
Goth
Eris
Babe,
Evolution.
With Goth Babe, we don't really party, so that the bus is actually pretty remarkably clean. My old band's van would have smelled of just the craziest shit you can imagine. I wouldn't even get into it, but yes, that was fucking gnarly, but also fun and hilarious. Like,
yeah,
people would be like, "Oh, cool." People would come and see the van, and they're like, "Oh my god, like you live
smells
like
like
this?"
a teenage
Yeah,
mutant.
Dude, it smells like a teenage mutant in here. I thrive in that scene, you know.
We got some backed up audience submitted questions, so that's good. We got one from Roche Corp. Are there any newer vapor adjacent artists that you've been fucking with? Is how he says it.
Dude, all the PNW homies.
Nice.
No, I don't know a ton. Maybe I should know more about vaporwave. I thought my music. I was telling y'all earlier. I thought my music was vaporwave when I started, and it turns out it's not. So I may not be the guy to ask for that.
Vaporwave is an amorphous term. You never know. Well, hey.
Yeah. Go ahead.
If you figure out that you're into something that's vaporwave adjacent, definitely put us on.
I need you guys to make me a playlist. Make me a vaporwave playlist.
We do need. You know what?
There are many.
I will take ownership of that. That's been a failure on my part. We need an official Hot Takes YouTube playlist. And I'm gonna get on that. All of us have made playlists, but the beautiful thing about vaporwave fans, dude, is we're into everything. We got breakcore fans, we got shoegaze fans, we got harsh noise fans, we got vaporwave fans that'll like mash up pop like Lady Gaga with stuff, SoundCloud. We love it all, you know.
Hell yeah.
Limerence, is San Gabriel more of a flats or drums kind of guy?
Dude, unpopular opinion, but I think I like drums.
Why is that unpopular? I'm a drums guy too.
Everyone always says flats, and
I don't understand it.
I like the gristle at the end, which is gross.
Yeah.
You probably didn't need to know that.
Okay, so yeah, you lost me there.
That's funny.
What if I was like,
I
Dan Gabriel is a boneless only.
Right.
Oh, that's
no
rough,
sauce.
'cause that's a lot of
I just like
questionable
chicken. Yeah,
I
right.
like chicken nuggies.
Just grind the whole thing up and put it in a paste and deep fry.
Give me the
please.
chicken slurry. Follow-up question.
The upside on a flat is it's got more crispable area for the edge if you're a skin person.
Yeah, but that
Whereas
first
drum
bite out
is
of
like
a drum
flesh
is
mystery.
that first bite
It's
out
so
of a
good.
drum is just like pure meat. You know,
Totally.
you don't have to crack it open or anything.
I'm here for the sauce. The meat barely gets in there.
Touché.
True. The follow-up question from Limerence: Slow Dive or My Bloody Valentine?
I don't know a lot about Slow Dive or My Bloody Valentine, but I did listen to one of the records that I really liked, and I really like Kevin Shields' guitar playing. So
That's
MBV.
great. MBV?
I like the whammy thing, the wall sound thing he's doing is pretty cool. And they're touring again too, which is incredible.
It really is, man.
I
I
mean,
used to be
especially-
a very like strong like Slow Dive like dick rider, and I love both debut full lengths, and I'm kind of moving to be more of a centrist in the My Bloody Valentine Slow Dive continuum. So
You've been sitting son
good
of a
answer.
bitch.
I still think that Loveless has no low end, and that really bothers me. But
What do
is
you
what it
guys?
is.
Where are you on the? Are you? So you're a centrist. Where are you?
I am moving towards the center. Yes.
Okay.
honestly, I was probably always a centrist. I never have thought that the two bands had anything to compete about. It's a different fucking thing and a silly question, but we've been asking it for
It is
so
a silly
long.
Well, you know, on one hand,
I
you
mean-
have like the wall of sound. On the other hand, you have like the jangly shit. You know.
Exactly. To me, that's just two different fucking hands. And so if I wanted to, if I was gonna like go after like I'm gonna talk about My Bloody Valentine in a versus context, I'd at least like go after Swerve Driver or some shit.
Yeah.
You know.
I think
So
my unpopular
Sorry.
opinion is that it's just the song. I don't care what the sonics are around it. I don't care if it's like Bruno Mars or like a Pixies B-side as far as like the arrangements and the instrumentation goes. If the song is cool, it's cool. So like I could sit like agreeing with you in that like I don't see the comparison that much or why
Nice.
we have to compare the two. It's like it is
Well,
just
that's good.
what it is.
You know.
it's just two
It's just
different
fanboy
animals.
shit.
Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
analog versus digital. Go.
and then you have to sit through half of that conversation and straighten people out on what even is analog or digital, because you know,
Right.
nobody really. It was lock in. I heard this. It's my opinion now.
Out.
But
Luxury
as far
League-
as like,
finish your thought.
You
My
go.
bad.
oh, just as far as it goes, I think both bands are great, and I love both of them. So I've always enjoyed seeing who picks what, because I feel like it's more just about it's a style question.
From what I understand, you're less likely to walk away with tinnitus from a slow dive show. So there's that.
Heard the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah. You know, if you want to go see Swans or Sonic Youth or My Bloody Valentine, you know, just enjoy not hearing. Luxury Elite wants to know, outside of music, what other things bring you inspiration?
I like to skateboard.
Hell yeah.
Started when I was a kid. It has like pretty much informed my whole life, including the music that I make and listen to. I'm trying to be nature guy. We went camping in the redwoods last weekend, which was cool.
Beautiful. Love to go.
Really, honestly though, like not a lot besides like I feel really lucky that like every day I like want to wake up and play my guitar. Every day, and then like if I'm doing something else, I'm like I'll be thinking in my head like that. So yeah, not a lot. Skateboarding sometimes, and I was cycling a lot for a while, which I need to get back into.
Nice.
Because it's like
Me
the
too.
weather here is perfect.
Yeah, I got a flat, and as Paul, we chatted about Peloton. I'm like not very active because I have just the worst ADHD, and like all working out is boring. So I need to get that.
You got to get out
fixed.
into the world. It helps a lot.
I need to get that flat fixed. Yeah. Well, hey man, that leads us to a great next question. Alive in the Wired wants to know, classic hot takes vapor question: do you have a favorite video game soundtrack?
Gosh,
Do you play video
No.
games?
I don't play video games.
Yeah.
I
You're not missing much.
I doubt that, but I'm so obsessive about things that I think if I got into gaming, it would be the end. It like
You would not play guitar or be nature guy anymore.
I've always kind of known that, and I don't want to be that guy. I don't
Yeah.
have a system. I wouldn't even know. Gosh, I can't even tell.
That's
well,
me with
on
cocaine, you know, and drinking on my lunch break. I just won't do it.
We had on the Goth Bay bus after our shows, we have Wii bowling. That's like we'll
That's
shower and go straight to the bus. We fingerboard. I got my fingerboard over here.
Oh, you mean like little tech decks? Yo,
Oh, dude, constantly. We
That's awesome.
fingerboard and then
Groovy Kaiju does
and
that a
then,
lot.
dude, it's like the ultimate ADD. Like I'm stimming over here. We play Wii bowling and Tony Hawk. So I guess that's the best video game soundtrack ever is Tony Hawk.
You know what?
that
That's
is my-
great. It's the video
and
game
that is
version of
my
what you
life
like in
goal.
real life, bro. You know?
100%. That my life goal is to get a song on Tony Hawk.
That would be hard as fuck.
So
That'd be
I'm
pretty
I'm
cool,
planting
yeah.
that seed in the cosmos now, and maybe a year from now, 2 years, 5 years from now, if I get on, I want to come back on.
You heard it on Hot Take.
You heard it
Yeah,
on Hot
dude.
Takes.
You plant that seed,
I'm
water it, let it
Basement
grow.
goals.
I'm manifesting.
Mm-hmm. So, is there like, do you ever, you know, and y'all keep those questions coming. Do you ever feel like you're part of like a specific scene Like, do you ever find yourself like running in like lo-fi circles, goth circles, you know, I don't know, dream pop circles? Like, does that happen much or not really? Y'all just kind of just kick it. It's whatever.
Not for me necessarily. I do feel like I was very much adopted into the Pacific Northwest, like vaporwave and vaporwave adjacent dudes, which was fucking awesome because I moved there. I met Kyle, and then Kyle introduced me.
Nice.
We were going to different people's houses every week and like playing music. And the Pacific Northwave dudes are super cool. I've never, you know, Austin had like a scene, but it was all over the place. It was like country music. Which not with the music I make, not so much a part of. I don't know. I never think about that, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
I've never advertently tried to do that, and maybe I should. I don't know. And maybe that's by virtue of just being a guy in a room.
I mean, I think that like, you know, if you're not trying to do the whole like starter pack thing, I mean, you probably just be a cool guy and make cool music. But I guess I was just curious if like you like if there was a genre based scene, you know what I mean? But
I've never been able to like give my music a genre. Like I was saying, I thought it was synthwave before, and it was made abundantly clear that it isn't. I call it psychedelic synth pop, which has alliteration.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I don't know.
So like you would be on. So if it was like a bill, like your opener would be like early era Male Tears, and then like Neon Indian. Or like
I
Out.
played it. I did a little tour with Neon Indian back in the day. That's funny.
That's cool.
I haven't thought of that dude in
How
years.
fun. Nice.
That was been like 2008. Yeah.
Wow.
Something like that.
Wow. Unreal, dude. I caught
Really long time ago.
Comtrue's opening for Neon Indian, actually at the Mohawk.
Wow.
In like
Really?
2010 or 2011. Yeah.
Was that
crazy.
Free Week?
I don't know, man. I have a picture and I look way younger.
I might have been at that show.
Really?
That
Neon
was
Indian
before
and Comtrue's?
synthesizers. That was before synthesizers even like I was like only banjo guy.
Wow.
But I think I might have been. I used to play with a band called Wild Child. I was playing banjo in that band.
Nice.
And we played CMJ with Neon Indian
Too
forever
cool.
ago.
Too cool.
Yeah.
That's funny I brought it up. Limerence wants to know if you have any new releases this summer.
I'm working on that. I think it'll be late summer. I'm gonna try to put out an EP. I got a bunch of music that it's just kind of I need to finish and put out.
Hell yeah. Well, that's
It
exciting.
seems like you're very prolific in the recent months.
Yeah, I try to stay busy.
How is that? Is that hard to be so social and promoting it when you do it?
I really am only doing it on stories. Like I should be making reels and stuff, but I can't. I don't know. There's some kind of mental block where I just don't want to do that.
It feels like work.
It feels like a lot. When I started this project, like I'd never done anything solo, and I was like, I told myself if I was gonna work at a liquor store, like I was like, I have to start sharing music with people. And when I started, that was terrifying. And now it's like, oh, this is fine. No, I mean sometimes it's hard to pick up the camera, but like for the most part, like I'm like, all right, I'm doing a piano take, set the camera down, upload it to the stories in an hour, and maybe make a TikTok today, and that's that. It's a little bit annoying, but also it's kind of fun. Like when I don't do it, I'm like, damn, I haven't like today I barely got to work on music, and I was like, am I slacking, or did I just not work on music for one day? Which is
Those hot takes assholes were bugging you about your appointment.
well,
That's all.
I'm actually editing a
It was the guilt.
podcast. Yeah, it's
It
the
was
guilt.
the guilt for being late.
Yeah. It's a little hard to do, but I think it's it's a good thing to do for my career. But take
Good
that.
man.
And I
however
think you
want.
were going to say something about why you've been so prolific before I interrupted you to ask my personal.
Oh, I
curiosity.
honestly, I just like it. I like writing new songs. I always want to have new music to play. When I haven't been playing live much, been doing a lot of stuff for sync. But I just like doing it. It's a fun challenge. It's like a puzzle. It's like when you have an idea and then you're like, oh, I need to this needs a cool chorus. Like, how do I get this to the bridge? And I always like
Yeah.
every day that I do that, I feel like is a good day. Even if I'm like beating my head against the wall and can't feel like I can make a good song, I'm still like,
You're at
that
least
was really fun.
exercising a muscle, you know? You're not getting
Yeah, and
that's
I'm
another day you're
entertaining
not getting
myself.
rusty, bro, you know?
100%. And I just like at the end of the day, like I feel entertained by what I'm doing. And like
Good.
this Juno, I can't possibly make this Juno sound bad. So every time I play anything on it, I'm like, yay, like I'm happy. I don't know.
That's terrific. Oh man. Navigator, what venues should an out-of-town, washed-up, aging electronic musician try to play while in Portland?
Oh, while in Portland. Gosh, I don't know that I would be the person to ask about that. Let me try to remember where I've played as an aging, washed-up synth man myself. Gosh, Kyle, chime in. No Fun Bar is good. I haven't played in Portland in a while. Dudes, I don't know. We're gonna have to go to the comments for this.
Mm-hmm.
The only one I can think of off the top of my head is No Fun.
It's a great place to start. Might be the best one.
It's a great place to start.
Alive in the Wired would like. Well, they said they have a good statement here. I love supporting artists, but I don't need to own more cassettes. Now that physical media is making a massive comeback, are you a CD, vinyl, tape, or MP3 person?
As far as a purchaser, I'll always buy vinyl. I don't listen to 90% of the vinyl I buy. I buy it and I have it, and it makes me happy to look at. I'll be like, damn, like I feel this is gonna sound so corny. I feel closer to the band and the music just by owning the vinyl.
That's fair. It's like an art piece,
and I will
conversation piece.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, let me get these people down the road a little bit longer. Like
I'll
9
you're
times out of
supporting.
10, I'll buy something. And if they have CDs, I'll be like, just take $10. Like I'm not gonna listen to a CD. I don't have a CD player.
How funny.
Maybe my car has one.
I
I'm not
love
sure.
CDs.
But I just like, for me, it's vinyl and T-shirts if the T-shirts are cool. But I will go out of my way to support every band that I see, which I think is like an important. If there's anything I can pat myself on the back about, even with bands coming, like I bought a Pinback T-shirt the other day.
Nice.
I was like, oh, like these dudes are starting to tour. They probably need some money. I'm gonna buy a Pinback T-shirt. Like, cool.
So while we, give the chat 5 more minutes to come up with some last minute bangers, how do you feel about gatekeepers?
I'm chewing this ice. Not great. I've heard arguments for gatekeeping being good. I don't know. You mean gatekeepers in terms of like what's cool, like Pitchfork used to be in the early
like
aughts?
the DJ that won't give you the track ID.
Yeah, not great. I can't sign off on that.
Yeah,
That's just me.
I'm fully in.
What about you?
There's some good arguments for gatekeeping when it comes to like purism. I personally I'm just an optimist, man, like you. I love to put people on. I love to share beautiful things. I'm sure Paul probably has a great argument for gatekeeping, but I mean, I don't know. I'm a naif. I love sharing.
Yeah, Paul, what do you got?
I mean, I don't really. I think that I probably would be approaching the topic of gatekeeping slightly differently. Like, I don't think that anyone should be hiding track IDs in a DJ set, but I do think that there's like a positive meaning for the word gatekeeper, where you've got people who put you on to cool shit reliably and maintain a standard.
That's
you
fair.
know, like somebody,
Okay,
like to me, like
curating
David Dean
comps.
Burkhart. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there is gatekeeping. You know, a gate swings both ways. It can let people in and it can keep people out. And I think, gatekeeping in the sense when it's designed to let people in and when it's being done by people who legitimately care about something other than whatever their fucking pre-written hidden contract with whatever PR agency that makes them just fucking talk shit for no reason at all. Like, that's bullshit. But like when gatekeeping is somebody who's out there actively seeking awesome, like to me, there's like a world where, Isaac, you're kind of a gatekeeper. It's not negative. So that's all. That's it. I am negative and positive about gatekeeper, depending on whether or not they're shutting the door or opening it.
I think that's cool. I can get behind that.
Yeah. That's a really resolute answer. I'll take it.
I'm sorry, I
yeah.
was so fucking chill too. It just kept fucking going
Oh,
on. I was like, when am I
you're
gonna
so much
shut
more
the fuck
eloquent
up?
than I am. It's okay.
No, it's a thoughtful and dynamic answer. I think
Yep.
the
It was an
question
impactful answer. You know?
deserves. That's right.
Yeah, people that are listening are gonna be like, "Wow."
That was deep.
Yep.
Noise
I'll take
vomit.
I'm just gonna keep them rolling. If you guys are out of questions, tell me about the story about when you discovered your favorite act, album, or genre.
It's gonna be a skate video.
Sick. Just kind of hoping for that.
I can tell you exactly what it was. It was in 11th grade, 9th, 8th, 10th grade. I got Modus Operandi, which is a skate video from Transworld, and the very first song from Mark Johnson's part was "The Plan" by Built to Spill, and I was like, and heard that.
What is this?
Went to, oh gosh, what is that bookstore? Like a Borders or something. Bought Built to Spill live. That was the end. That was the end for me.
I think that's the song
I-
that came on my shuffle yesterday. Actually,
It's so
I'm
good.
gonna
and
listen to that shit right after this.
I was like, I'm pretty much gonna be a skateboarder. I qualified for Warped Tour that year to like skate.
Wow.
And this, hearing that record was like, I didn't stop skating, but I started really playing guitar like all the time, and it just like that kind of took over. Was like it just like took my life on a completely different path. Which I'm.
It's
super
always
psyched
that
about.
one kid. It's always that one kid. They're like, oh man, I'm just gonna fucking get on Warped Tour skateboarding. Fuck it, board. Play guitar. There's always that guy.
It was cool. I mean,
You're that guy.
well, the
This guy
thing
made it
it was
happen.
that was right around the same time, and it was my first time going to like a festival, and I was like, oh my god. Like I saw like Millencolin and like 88 Fingers Louie and all these like California punk bands, and I was like, this is it for me, man. I got to go home
Yeah.
and practice guitar, and that was like maybe one of, I mean, I wasn't an adult, but like of my almost adult life, that was like probably like the most, like the biggest moment.
It's terrific.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Like you won Warped Tour both ways.
Yeah, I didn't even compete. I was just there and skated a vert ramp with like Steve Caballero or something. Well, I like
Nice.
rolled around and he was like, get out of the way. I was like, yeah, you got it. You got it. I'm gonna go watch
That
these
sounds
bands.
like
I
Graham.
guess I suck at skating.
Hilarious. Well, man, you know, we are down to our last 5, so we usually like to kind of end on a good note. This whole episode's been a good note, but we like to, make sure we kind of like send everybody out with riding a high, and we like to, celebrate you to the max and let you have the floor so you can kind of put people on, shout out anyone you want to shout out, just kind of celebrate yourself, tell us what you got going on or coming up, or any way that we can support you. Go.
Okay, I have a record out called Nights and Weekends that I lovingly recorded in a liquor store in Texas, and then I mixed right here in this room. It's
Nice.
out on Share Music. I'm told you can also buy it in the Sub Pop store in Seattle, but I haven't been, so I don't know for sure. I want to shout out the homies in Portland. Limmy, my buddy Phil, sitting on Turtles, Roachcore, Abel, Oddity, all the Pacific North Wave dudes. What do I have coming up? Oh, shout out Share It Music for being sweet and working with me, and Sub Pop for doing my publishing and all the sync stuff. I guess I'm putting out some music later this summer. I'm gonna try to do a fall San Gabriel run that I've kind of been working on. But that's about it for me. I'm just gonna be home or on the road with Goth Bay, but I'm just trying to write a second album and figure that out. I'm about 3/4 of the way through, but that'll change. I'll keep adding a bunch of stuff.
San Gabriel,
That's what-
everybody.
San Gabriel. Thank you guys for having me.
You have been a terrific guest. You just radiate like happiness. Like,
Pretty happy dude.
I
these
really,
days.
I was gonna say, I really hope it's not like a mask or a show. I mean, what a weird thing for me to
A
say.
show.
You seem like such a happy individual. Like, I love
I'm
that.
running with it. He's gonna walk off camera and beat a puppy.
Yeah,
after
go
the
kick
show.
my dog. No,
Yeah, he's gonna club
I got,
baby seal right after this.
you know, I got a good night's sleep. I was camping last weekend. These last couple years have been really great, and I'm like, you know, I haven't always gotten to be a full-time musician, so I realize, like, this may not be what I get to do forever, but right now, like, it is, and it's my dream, my literal dream. And so, like, every day that I get to wake up and like bleep bloop on this Juno behind me, I'm pretty hyped. So
You're
and
glowing, man.
That was today, and I'm hyped to hang out with you guys. So like,
Oh,
yeah, it's this is like the perfect. And you know what? I'm gonna go walk and get wings after this. So like, it's the best
dude,
day.
all flats.
Nice.
You might have to pay an extra $2. Actually,
I'm
they'll
gonna
give you
tell them.
$2 back because you're getting all flats.
That's right.
Yeah, just kidding.
Let's all go get wings after this.
Just not from
Um,
Pizza Hut.
Meet you guys.
Are you dudes? Are you guys aren't in Portland? Are you in Boston? Where are you?
I'm in Kentucky.
Which?
You're in Kentucky, way off. Well, okay, I was gonna say if you guys were in Portland, we always go to this place, Fire on the Mountain. That's where
Fire Mountain.
Limmy and I go. Fire on the Mountain.
Fire
on the Mountain.
We have
Okay.
them here in Denver too.
Oh hell yeah, good to know.
I would be down.
Are you in Denver?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be there in May?
Yes.
You want to come to? I
Yeah.
think we're playing Outside Lands. If you want to come,
Hell yeah, let's go.
I'll
do it.
DM you about it.
Done.
Sick.
Cool.
That's
Fuck yeah.
awesome. Well, man,
Um,
I obviously will not be able to try Fire on the Mountain, but if you're ever in Las Vegas, I could put you on to the best wings in Vegas. Just let me know.
Hell yeah. I'll fucking hit you up. I've only been once.
I don't live there no more, but I mean, I could put you on. It's way away from the strip though.
Let's talk about this before I go in June, Isaac.
Yep,
You've
I
been
will,
holding
dude.
out
I'll
the
put you
wing.
on, but you're gonna need like a 30-minute lift. So I don't know if you got a company card that just gets rubber stamped or what, but you know.
Hell yeah.
Well, if I did, I certainly would talk about that.
Also,
on
if they
air.
fell off, just don't tell me. I don't want to know.
I just want really. Go ahead.
No,
Oh,
I
you
got
go ahead.
nothing.
I'm just gonna say I just want to have really spicy wings that make me cry. That's it. Just want a good cry at the.
I want to
do
get
like
right
camera.
up to that point. I want to like edge crying. But, like I don't want to actually do it, you know.
I go just past the threshold and I'm like,
yeah.
and my girlfriend's like,
Yeah.
why do you do this to yourself? I'm
What
like,
do you
I don't.
So,
And then
wings,
afterwards I feel
like,
great.
Wings are a fucking desiccant, bro. There's so much salt in buffalo sauce. I get done eating wings, and then I wake up in the middle of the night like I am parched. Like I'm a shriveled up human being at 4 a.m. after I eat, you know, a bunch of wings.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Gotta
Look
have
what
it.
you've done, Limerence. Paul,
Yeah,
what do you got going
that
on coming up?
included.
Okay, May 8th here in Denver, I am doing a show with Agnar, who is coming in from Montana, and the locals, Freswave and Truman, will both be a part of that show. Everything will be pretty fun. We are playing at the club known as Glob, which is awesome. And actually somewhere that I've been wanting to play. So
Is that
I'm
the
excited
former
about that.
Rhinoceropolis?
No, this is a different thing. We actually
Okay.
never spoke to those folks again, but hopefully we'll get back over there. That was Squirm Gallery, I want to say. But
I
this
gotcha.
is this was that show that we were talking
Let's
about.
go play
back
at
then.
Glob. Let's
We
go play
moved
at
it from
Squirm.
March.
Let's go
And,
play
yeah,
at GAC.
Denver knows how to name that shit, and so we're gonna go play at Glob. I think it'll be a really fun night, and so if you're in Denver, please come check that out. Behind that, this summer, it was announced, and we can start talking about it. I will be playing at I2K in Richmond, Virginia. There is another big secret that we'll talk about more soon. But the newest news is I have a new track called Pag Crash. It is out on the compilation that I mentioned earlier, which is from Vapor VA. That and those T-shirts all help make the
Roj, hit
event
us
as
with some
good as it
links.
can be. Yeah, drop all that in the Lux is on it with the compilation, and the T-shirts are there. Yep, there we go. All of that stuff goes towards making I2K as awesome as it can be. So working on that. And real proud to be on that compilation. Everybody was on there being awesome. Fake Fever, Dreaming Diary. We got Vincent and a Hero teamed up as sound system, and their track bangs. It's all good. It's just a really good comp. People should go listen to it. I know I'm on it, and I know I'm biased, but fuck that. Go listen to it. It's good. It's fresh. Go. And that's what I have.
That's
right
Matt
now,
doing
and I probably
breaks.
stole some of yours. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll be at i2k.live is what it's officially being called, along with Luxury Elite. Definitely drop those links, guys, for the shirts, the tickets, anything, because it's going to be a real, it's going to be a real party. I mean, it's 2 nights. I'm playing the first night with Crystal Eternal. That's Matt, Uniwa, and a whole bunch of other cool people. And then the main day, of course, has a bunch of heavyweights, too. But we're doing a show here really soon, actually, in Detroit on May 16. Let's see. It says it's at the Alley Deck. And it's going to be called New Visions Detroit. All right, so me, Luxury Elite, Frank Jeffsey, Christ, M. Kopav, MJ12, Victory Over Death, Magdalene, and... I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, and if they watch, I'm sorry. No, it's nothing personal, but I just completed a 30-minute Future Funk DJ set. Don't really DJ Future Funk much anymore, but it's gonna be fun. It's hopping, it's bouncing, it's full of deep cuts. I'm not using Better or Fun tonight, so surprise, surprise, you might be hearing something you've never heard before. So yeah, Young SHIRO and Luxury Elite and some other great people. Lux, if you don't mind. Actually, she already posted the tickets. Shout out Luxury Elite. Thank you. I did a...
She's why we can forget names on the
Yeah,
bill.
she's a real queen, man. She, I might look stupid all night long and she'll fix it. I did a almost hour-long instrumental hip-hop DJ set for Sanctuary Live 26 last month. And it's still up on SoundCloud if y'all want to check that out. It kind of opens with a real wave music type vibe, goes into some vapor trap, some 2010s SoundCloud instrumental hip hop, and then ends on a real hard wave banger outro. I was happy with it. I was pretty proud of it. I think you guys might like it. Got some great feedback from the audience, and I played that show with Paul too. Paul and Lux and a bunch of other great people were there. Agnar, all the way from Billings. So they're getting around. So check that out if you like instrumental hip-hop. Check out the Future Funk DJ set. I'm playing I2K. I still don't know what I'm playing. Roj hasn't really told me. So, maybe I'll play a neo R&B DJ set. Active Child, How to Dress Well type shit. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on what I'm allowed to play. But yeah, I'm sure I'm forgetting something. But y'all come out. He said, play whatever you want. All right, Harsh Noise set incoming. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Just kidding. Guys, this has been Hot Takes with Young SHIRO, Luxury Noise, and San Gabriel. We want to thank everybody who turned out tonight. If you like Hot Takes, be sure and follow us on socials. Jump in the Discord. We've got a vibrant community that I just started on a whim, and that many people have helped me. Just real pillars of the community, really helped kind of keep going. A lot of regulars in chat that are just beloved members. And yeah, get yourself an i2k.live shirt. You can find us here at the same time, same place in 2 weeks. And that's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Let's not forget Pacific time, right? May 11th. We're going to be bringing on ARPWire TV, all right, with Roche Corp hosting. So we're really excited about that. But remember, guys, we love y'all. We love independent art and music, and we hope you all have a good night. We'll see you in 2 weeks.